What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Remnant 2. So today we have possibly the best fire build you can make in Remnant 2. You can literally carry around a flamethrower and burn everything to the ground. Easily one of my favorite builds I've created so far, and I guarantee that you're going to have fun with this one. Let's not waste any time and get right into it. A full inventory picture will be posted at the end of the video if you want a quick and easy reference. For our classes, we want to run Engineer as our main and Gunslinger as our subclass. Engineer has to be the main class as we need its prime perk. High Tech allows us to hold down the skill button and overclock our heavy weapon, which grants infinite ammo, increased fire rate, and more damage. This lasts 25 seconds and can be used quite often, making it so much more powerful than if you don't have it overclocked. You want to use the second skill there as it's the Flamethrower. Carry it around if you like, or place it down. I like to use it for small adds as it kills very quickly and basically doesn't need to be aimed. But when the big boys come out, you will get more damage by shooting alongside it. Next, we have Gunslinger because of its last skill, Bullet Storm. This is ridiculous and allows for rapid fire of any gun. Also coming back faster, it really can't be beat, especially since we're using a sniper. Also, I found that running Gunslinger means you always have ammo, which is a huge plus. I will mention that both Invader and Hunter can be used in different situations for some extra assistance if you need it. For the armor, we're running the Dendroid set as it provides a light roll and looks dope as heck. Light roll is simply the best way to avoid damage, and it's what I ran the entire time when using the build. For the Relic, I use the basic Dragon Heart. You're not going to need mod regen or extra defense from anything, so this offers us a decent heal when we get in trouble. The Ruined Heart is possibly the best heart by far if you're more skilled and get hit less. For Relic Fragments, I run extra range damage, ranged crit damage, and weak spot damage. All of these up our damage from both weapons, allowing you to deal good damage from both fire and bullets. Here's the biggest part of the build, so make sure that you get all of these items. Talisman of the Sun provides 20% more fire damage and 50% more burn damage. This lets you set fire and walk away. Most small enemies will die from simply that, and bosses will take considerable damage. Really makes the turret hit like a truck. Firestone, 10% more fire damage and 15 fire resistance. So this just ups that damage even more, but also gives us some resistance. It's really nice for if you catch fire, as in some of the trickier situations, the turret can shoot you, and you may roll on the fire in the ground. Better for it to not happen, but gotta be prepared. Singed Ring increases all damage dealt to burning enemies by 10%. This is big as it doesn't just increase fire damage. It buffs our flamethrower, guns, mods, and burning damage all at the same time. Granting much larger damage from so many sources will shred health in seconds. Stone of Malevolence generates 15% additional mod power from elemental damage. You have to have this as it's easily one of the most useful items in the game as long as you're using elemental damage. Since we have so many sources of that burning damage, you can sometimes throw out 3 mod uses in a row, and Hotshot will always be up if you're in a boss fight. This just makes sure we are always burning no matter what, and honestly just keeps the build going 24/7. Lastly, we have the Stone of Balance, which grants 7% extra damage. Not usually a great option, but because we're hitting from multiple sources of damage, it adds that 7% on top of each source, rather than say just weapon damage. With all of these items together, we have really high fire damage and burning damage. The Flamethrower will melt everything in your path faster than most builds I've tried. If you shoot alongside your turret, it gets ridiculous, and tough enemies die as soon as they show up. For weapons, we have the items which I feel are the best option no matter what for fire. First off, the Sniper or Widowmaker. This thing was easily the best when running fire in the first game, and it still is here. It builds up mod power faster due to the higher damage and applies full stacks of burning instantly. This will instantly kill most enemies if you have the mod active, and weak spot hits definitely insta-kill. For the mod, you need to run Hotshot. It not only applies burning to your bullets, but adds 15% more range damage and 780 fire damage. This is one of the best DPS tools in the game and makes the sniper one of the best boss killers out there. For the mutator, I run Slayer. Reloading increases the damage of this weapon's next shot by 20%, which means you always have 20% more damage as the sniper reloads after each shot. This is big for damage and literally made for the sniper specifically. Melee, I recommend literally anything. We try not to melee at all, as the flamethrower kills you if you do. And this is all set up for range damage anyway. Now, of course, we do need a second weapon, and I have you covered there as well. The Tech 22 is the machine pistol from the first game and is one of the best secondaries. Spraying a load of bullets, having a fast reload, and working with many different mods. It is a very reliable weapon that has decent range and will perfectly pair with the sniper. Long range not an option? Then the Tech 22 will work every time. I run Witchfire as it's really crazy for fire damage, cutting off entire hallways with a wall of flame, and applying burning very quickly. You can also run the Firestorm, but I think this one is better. You can easily cut off parts of the map with this and set it under bosses for the best damage. I run this with Momentum Mutator, as it works so darn well on a gun with rapid fire like the Tech 22. Critical hits increase critical hit chance and damage by more than 2.7% when fully upgraded, and it stacks 10 times, granting more than 30% damage from critical hits. Which I'm telling you, I've not found a better secondary after adding this mutator. It's perfect for this gun. Of course, we do have traits we need, and unfortunately, this isn't going to change much from build to build. Vigor, Endurance, Spirit, Expertise, and Siphoner are objectively better than most other options. Run the two your classes go with as well, and you're out of points. I also like Bark Skin to take less damage, and Blood Bond does work with the Flamethrower as far as I can tell. It takes some of their damage and converts it to your summons. But this one's minimal at best and definitely not that great on harder modes, so have some freedom with that one. As far as the build goes, that's about it, but I do want to give you a couple of hints for using it. For ads, your Flamethrower will kill everything on its own. As long as you hold the button to overclock it, you literally could just stand there and watch it do all the work. It throws out an explosive ball of sorts rather than spew flames when you have it on the ground, making it more effective from better range. In your hand, it will deal way more damage at a faster rate, but you are more vulnerable, so like I said, I mostly use it for easy enemies. Let the turret do the work while you hotshot everything else to death. The sniper has the best range in the game and can beat your turret in damage if used correctly. The machine pistol is going to back you up while throwing down walls of flame to cut boss health or protecting you for an easy heal. One piece of advice is the AI of this flamethrower goes absolutely berserk with certain enemies. Mainly the flying ones, but against some of the bosses, it will just shoot the air where there's nothing at all and not do anything. Not sure why, but it means you're not going to get help from it in some of the bosses. This is only the case for a few of them, thankfully, and your sniper damage can more than make up for the difference. If the flamethrower does hit the boss during the fight, it will be doing its job and working perfectly, making the fight a joke. If you end up getting the hatchery boss fight, which a lot of people don't like, this is easily the best way to win that fight in the first phase. There's a lot of options that you can do when running this, as you have unlimited ammo, mods, and fire damage. As you can tell, I'm still getting used to the game, and my skill level is not the best, but it doesn't matter, because the flamethrower and fire damage do enough work for me to get by. Just don't forget to overclock the flamethrower whenever you can, as it tremendously increases the flamethrower's damage for bosses and ads. For those wondering, this was tested in Veteran and worked like crazy. Here's the build pulled up for your convenience, and I hope to see you burning your way to victory.